Hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Thursday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Welcome. I know this is crazy hour. Well, some people on the East Coast may actually like this because it's close to 5:30 a.m. East Coast time. But so my apologies. But the live is related to why I'm late, or I don't know. Yeah, late. Now, I titled this, there is one important thing that if you do that, I really believe it'll help with eliminating time conflict, right? Now, I'll tell you what that is in a second. So, give you a little bit of a background for today, and then it's going to relate. I promise. I'll bring it home. You know how I do. So I had planned on doing, Nunu, what are you doing up? How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. So I had planned on doing this live around 3:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30. Actually, it's 2:30 almost here. So I was gonna do it around 3:30 in the afternoon, right? And I had prepared everything, and it was a completely different life. And my dad called, and he said that he's gonna stop by because he's got some documents that he's gonna go over, and it's kind of a time sensitive thing. And I knew about the documents, and I said, yeah, for sure. So he came over, and I didn't think it's going to take that long, but it took 2 hours. So 2 hours, right? And I could have done my live earlier, like maybe around like 2 o'clock, but I was planning on doing it around 3:30. So anyway, so that came, and that pushed my live back. And then today is Thursday, and we're loading up. We were going live with the interview that I told you in the white seat with Dr. Netta, the channel, the YouTube channel. If you haven't followed it, I don't know why you're not subscribing to it, but you should. Laura, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. So, and we were loading that up, and I'm doing the ads and cutting it up and all that stuff, doing all the video editing and production. So, and we got it up. Finally, we got it up. And then the sounds don't match up. Like the sound and the lip work, they don't match up. I don't know if you ever seen that, like on TV or something, like you're watching and like they don't go together. And so I had to take it down, which means when I take it down, and if I have to go over it and edit it again, it could take me half a day to do that. Okay, literally half a day to do that. Now, by the time I got the video in YouTube and uploaded and all that, because I don't know if you guys know, but I've mentioned this before. It takes a while. I don't know why. It takes so long to load up in YouTube. So anyway, long story longer. I got it up in YouTube, and I couldn't go live when I'm doing that because if I do, then it'll slow down everything else. So I put the phone on, and it just kind of goes by itself. It's going, and I fell asleep on the couch, right? Fell asleep on the couch, wake up, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta go live. So why do I tell you that? I tell you that because, one thing could really throw off the whole scheduling thing you had planned for the day. That one thing that could come up and you didn't have enough room for it. It could come up and just kind of throw everything off, right? So, and that could cause a major time conflict, right? You could have like right now it's 2:30 a.m. and I'm doing my live. I do not want to be live right now. I want to be in bed. But because I'm committed to it, I've talked about this before. I have to go my live. So, the one thing I feel like that is so important in avoiding time conflict is getting it done when it comes up, right then and right there. Because I feel like the more you wait, the more things come up in between, right? For example, if I had gone live at 2:30 or 2 o'clock, then my dad would have come, we would have done the contract thing or agreement thing, or the document thing, and then I would have still been able to do the YouTube thing, and everything would just kind of fall in place. But because I didn't do what I plan on doing, I didn't do it when I thought I should, and I procrastinated and I waited. Things happened in between and kind of just pushed it back, and here we are. Now, it made me think, actually. Like I said, I had a whole other live plan, but it made me think because I was ticked off, because then I get up and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like 2 o'clock. And I hadn't done a live this late for, gosh, years, I think. So I was like, oh, I was ticked off, and I'm thinking to myself, what the heck happened, right? I should have done this at 3:30, and then I'm remembering, okay, that happened, and that pushed it back, and that pushed it back. So it made me think about a couple other things in my life, and not the place for me to share what they are, but maybe you can relate to this. Where else in your life have you not done something right then and right there, and then it came back and bite you in the butt? Let's say, for example, somebody, I'm going to go there, somebody gave you an opportunity. You just, for whatever reason, you weren't into it, you didn't take a look or what have you, and you kind of passed on. And now when you come back and you want to start it, it's like worse. It's not where it was anymore. The opportunity isn't as big anymore, right? Or you said, I'm going to do this right now, and then you don't do it, and then other things come up, and then you kind of forget about what you said you were going to do. That happens, right? And that just kind of, and what happens is this is the problem. What happens is that you say you're going to do this. Like I said, I was going to do the live in my head at 3:30, didn't do it. And now everything is pushed back. So that time conflict, right? So what happens is that now that causes frustration. Now that's in the back of your head or in front of your head, thinking about it all the time. You're like, oh, I didn't do this, now this is falling. So now that has that kind of an effect on everything else. Why? Because you missed one thing, and now you're kind of beating yourself up because you didn't keep your promise to yourself for whatever reason. And so now here you are. Now you're going to beat yourself up over and over again, and it's going to have it's going to have an effect on everything else. Right? I don't know if I'm the only one who's ever felt that way, but I definitely have felt that way, where I've missed. I don't want to say missed the boat, because that's not it. But I missed my schedule, and it screwed up everything else, or I missed the opportunity, and and so the next time, a very good book is the 5-second rule. If you haven't heard of that book. That's a really good book. But the next time you want to, and I thought about this today, the next time you want to say, you know what, I could push this back and I could do this thing first and then do, the next time you want to do something like that, just remember this. Hey, that push back, it may just kind of, you may push it back so far back that you may forget about it altogether, and it may not be the best idea. It may be best to attack it, handle it right there and right then when you originally thought about it. So the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins, what she suggests in the book is that whenever you're going to procrastinate, whenever you're going to say, I'm going to hit the snooze button. I'll do it in 5 minutes, or whenever you want to, that comes up, do the 5-second rule. And what that means is that you count backwards from 5 to 0. And when you hit 0, you get up and you do your thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I mean, not to 0, to 1. And then when you hit 1, you get up, you do it. You don't hit the snooze. You get up, you do the work, you do the thing, you make that phone call, you talk to that one individual, you handle that appointment, whatever it may be. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get up and you do it. And I think that's a good, it could have played a good role in my thing today, but here we are. So I thought, hey, I may not be the only one who's ever felt this way, so you may get some value out of this. Sorry it's late, but Nunu is up, so that's good stuff. And with that, excuse me. And with that, I hope you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. One takeaway, drop one takeaway you had from the live tonight. Drop it in the comments below. Hey, listen, if you have a method, a system that works for you, that you can set your schedule in a better way, and maybe it can help us out, drop it in the comments below. Why not? We want to learn. And with that, if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love, tag a couple people, share it on your wall, and I'm going to go head to bed. With that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.